Hey everyone, and welcome to our new Coach Academy orientation. I am going to give you everything you need to know in order to start and rock this business. So get ready, but please do not get overwhelmed. I know there's going to be a lot of information thrown at you. We will be diving into each of these topics in more detail as you progress through the training. But I want you to know right off the bat what you should be doing, what you should be focusing on, what your goals should be, and how you can reach them. And then as you progress through the rest of this training, you can begin to fine tune and tweak your approach, improve your social media posts. Improve the private messages and conversations that you're having so that you can have more success. But right now, it's about knowing what you should be doing and then taking action. I want you to execute, not wait until you have learned everything. So let's go ahead and get started. So first of all, these are your goals if you are a hobby coach or a business builder. So if you want to generate an income from this business, these are your goals. So number one is hit Success Club. Number two is go Emerald. And we're going to talk about these two things next. But in addition to those, you want to be finishing the personal development book, The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, and you want to start a workout program. If it's a short program, you want to start and finish it within the month. So if it's a 21-day or 30-day program, complete it so that you have that transformation and testimony. If it's a longer program, that's fine. Just start. You want to commit to one workout program and see it through. So let's talk about those first two goals. What is Success Club? Success Club is everything in this business and why I'm leading and starting this training call with it. So Success Club is a benchmark for your business. It shows whether or not your business is growing, whether you are having success. So it is basically a number system, numbers that are associated with the things you connect people with, the things that you sell. So your minimum goal every single month is to get 5 points. At a minimum. If you get 5 points, you qualify for Success Club. But if you are serious about this business, if you want to replace your income and quit your job and be at home, make 6 figures, then your goal is at least 10 points every single month. And that is a non-negotiable. So how do you get these points? If somebody buys a challenge pack from you, you get 2 points. A challenge pack is a workout program plus Shakeology bundled together. And customers will typically save about $50 to $70 on a challenge pack opposed to buying those things separately. So you win because you get the points and they win because they save money. And we know that the secret sauce is workouts and nutrition, not one or the other. So you will get commission based off anything you sell. So if somebody just buys workout programs from you, they just buy the 21-day fix DVDs, or they just subscribe to Beachbody On Demand for the year, you will still get the commission, but you will not get any points. So they have to buy a challenge pack in order for you to get those 2 points. Shakeology Home Direct, 2 points. Home Direct is the key here. So when they go to order, they can subscribe to Home Direct or Auto Ship, and they will get $2 shipping. If they do not do that and they say, no, I just want this to be a one-time order, they are going to pay about $14 to $17 more in shipping. So I always tell people, if you want to save a boatload of money, subscribe to HD. You will get an email a week before your Shakeology ships, and it will tell you when it's coming and what flavor you have, and that's when you can modify or cancel it. So why spend almost $20 on shipping? Pay $2, subscribe to the Home Direct, and then that's how you get the 2 points. If they make a one-time order, you do not get any points. And lastly, we have a performance line. So if they subscribe to that HD on Home Direct, you get 1 point. So your goal is 5 points at a minimum, 10 points ideally, and those can add up anyway. It doesn't matter what combination of points you get, as long as you get to those two, one of those two numbers, you will hit Success Club. And there are tons of incentives associated with Success Club in addition to just you rocking your business. And we'll get into that during another part of this training. But right now, I want you to write this down, either your goal of 5 or 10 as a non-negotiable. You will hit Success Club no matter what by linking people up with either a challenge pack or Shakeology or the performance line. What is Emerald? Emerald is your first advancement in this business, your first rank and your first big milestone. It's simply you plus 2 other coaches, and those coaches can be discount coaches or they can be business builders. It doesn't matter as long as you have 2 people signed up as a coach underneath you. And you have 2 legs, a left leg and a right leg. One is your weak leg, one is your strong leg. And we're going to get into this more as you progress through the training. So don't worry about it so much now, but I want you to know you have to have a coach on each leg in order for you to qualify as an Emerald. My first 2 coaches were discount coaches, my husband and my sister-in-law. And I signed them both up with Shakeology because they wanted the discount. Neither of them have ever worked the business, but it got me to Emerald. And there are many, many, many perks associated with Emerald, such as team cycle bonuses, which is really where the income generates as a successful coach. So I have another video for you to watch from another coach that is going to dive into this in more detail and really explain what Emerald means. So I want you to watch that. But for now, I want you to have your sights set on hitting Success Club and becoming an Emerald. Emerald is a decision. And so for my husband, he wasn't really drinking Shakeology every day, but I was like, I know that this is going to pay off in the long run. So I ordered him Shakeology and I had him bring it to work every day. I said, do not drink this in the car. And I actually got a lot of customers from his work because people would ask him, hey, what are you drinking? And now I have placed him in a position and built him up to Emerald himself with other discount coaches, and he generates an income through team bonus cycles without doing anything. So it's a short-term sacrifice at the beginning that yields a long-term reward. And Emerald means you're legit. You have a team. People are going to actually start watching you at that point because it's not just you, even if they're discount coaches. So that's why Emerald is so very important. Now, in order to be an Emerald, you and your coaches have to have personal volume, 50 personal volume points. And these are just, points associated with a dollar amount of what people are buying or selling. And so there are many different ways to get personal volume. So say you want to sign up your spouse, but they don't want to drink Shakeology, or you don't want that extra order. These are all different ways that you can get personal volume. So my favorite are the boosts. We have digestive health, power greens, and focused energy. So those you could get boosts through your spouse's account or through a parent's account, and you can use them yourself, and that would keep that coach active without Shakeology. So if you need more info on this, talk to your upline coach, but this is just a quick snapshot. So again, how to get and stay active. You need to remember that your activity not only impacts you, but it impacts your coach and it impacts your team. So if you want to be successful and you want to be a team player, you will always stay active. You can be active by you yourself buying 50 personal volume points of products in a 5-week period, or selling 50 PV and maintaining 50 PV. So this is why it's really important for you to not cancel your Shakeology. Your Shakeology is 90 PV. And Shakeology is what qualifies you for Success Club. So for example, say you hit Success Club 5, but that month you postponed or you canceled your Shakeology, you will not qualify for Success Club, even though you hit it. So in the Coach Online office, it will say that you are not qualified and you will not qualify for all of the perks that go along with that. So it's really important that you keep your Shakeology. That will keep you active with 90 PV. But so for example, if you sign up a spouse and again, they aren't buying anything, you can keep them active by running an order through their account. And as long as it's worth 50 PV points, then they will stay active. Again, talk to your direct upline if you have more questions on getting and staying active. And next, I just want to say, be resourceful. So we are here to help you, of course, but before you reach out and ask a question, ask yourself, where can I find this answer? Do I really need to ask somebody, or can I find this answer myself? Because we have found that coaches who are resourceful are the most successful ones. So Google. If you type in a question in Google, pretty much somebody out there in the Beachbody world has already answered it, and you will find that answer. the Beachbody FAQ. So if you simply Google Beachbody FAQ and then your question, the answer will most likely pop up. YouTube, anytime you need more info on some topic, go to YouTube. Every coach out there has a YouTube channel with tons of resources and videos. So no matter what you want to learn, you can find it out there. I am constantly listening to YouTube videos from other coaches because I want to learn all of these different tips and tricks and strategies. So if there's a question you have, or you are like, I want to learn more about growing my Instagram, then go to YouTube. I guarantee you're going to find really, really amazing content out there that you can get for free. And then lastly are our team pages. So go to our team page on Facebook and type in the question, and I'm sure that someone on our team has an answer and can jump in and help you. But feel free to reach out to us if you think that you cannot find your answer in one of those categories. So maybe it's a more personal question that you have, then yes, reach out to your direct upline. But if it's a general question, then please go through those avenues. Just remember to be resourceful. Now, how do you rock this business? How do you hit Success Club? How do you go Emerald? Well, here's how you do it. The 4 vital behaviors. These were created by Beachbody. And if you don't remember anything else, I want you to remember these. So these are the 4 things that you need to do in order to be successful. Number 1 is be proof the products work. Press play on your workout every day. Drink your Shakeology. Use your colored containers. People are not going to buy something off you if you are not using it yourself and you are not talking about it. So you have to have a transformation. You have to have a testimony as to what Shakeology has done for you, how it makes you feel, what the workouts have done for you. Facts tell, stories sell. So you need your own testimony. You need to show up every day and you need to be the best challenger. Number 2, invite, invite, invite. And I really like to say attract, connect, invite. So this means posting on social media publicly about what you're doing so that you can attract people who need your services or who like you and want to be connected with you. And then connecting with them, messaging them, talking to them, commenting on their photos. And then lastly, inviting them to join a challenge group or learn more about the coaching opportunity or join one of our free groups. So invite takes place publicly and privately. And we're going to talk more about this in a moment. Number 3 is personal development. And this is the number 1 thing that new coaches slack off on. They think that they don't need it. Personal development is everything because it's going to give you the confidence to keep going. It's going to give you the motivation and the inspiration to push through all the no's, through all the crickets on the days you don't feel like doing it. So do not skip your personal development. And I'm going to tell you where you can find this and what you should be doing in a little bit. And then lastly is recognize, recognize, recognize. So as you grow in your coaching journey and you have your own team and you have your own clients, you want to make sure that you're shouting them out. You're giving them love. You're letting them know that you see them and that their hard work is not going unrecognized. And again, this can take place publicly or privately. Social media. So here's what we have for you. First, we want you to make your coming out post. We want you to post a picture of yourself and say, hey everyone, I am starting a new journey, a new chapter in my life. I am now an online health and fitness coach and I would love your support. And if you or someone you know is looking to make healthy lifestyle changes, please reach out to me. That's all it has to be. Or you can include your story. How did you find Beachbody? Why are you doing this? If you have experience with our workouts or Shakeology, what has it done for you? So your coming out post is entirely up to you. It can be unique and as creative as you wish. But we want you to put yourself out there and tell people you are a coach. So that is your first action item. And we have examples for you to look at in this training module. So stay tuned for those. In addition to that, you are going to want to post 2 to 5 times per day. Not all about Beachbody, right? This is attraction marketing. So you want to be posting, yes, about your workouts, about Shakeology, but you also want to be sharing pictures of your kids, your dogs, what you're reading, what you're listening to, what you're wearing, what you're eating, where you're going. Think of your social media as just your journal, right? As you want to look back in a year and see what you did on that day. So that's the approach that I take. I just use my social media as my journal to document what I'm doing and sharing that. And that draws all different kinds of people to me that want to work with me. Add value. So you don't just want to post, right? You want to give people a reason to look at what you're posting. You want to be a scroll stopper. You want to give people a reason to type in your name and look at your profile. So instead of sharing just a picture of a healthy latte that you made at home that day, share the recipe in the post. Instead of saying, oh, you're reading a new book, share the book title and where you got it from and maybe a quote that resonated with you that day. The number one way to increase your income is by adding value. When you create your meal plan for the week, post it, share it publicly with everyone to see. That is what successful coaches do. They add value, give, and then people are going to be drawn to you and they're going to want to give back to you and work with you. Be you, be authentic and show your face. So please do not post your picture with a bag of Shakeology or you holding the DVDs. People want to see you, and what I recommend is creating curiosity over resistance. So when you are constantly spamming people with a bag of Shakeology or a Shakeology label, they're going to be turned off because that comes off as very salesy. So what I recommend doing is always posting your Shakeology in a nondescript cup. Make it look pretty, appetizing, appealing, so that when people see it, they're like, what's in there? What's the recipe? And they ask you about it. So you want to create curiosity, not resistance, but be you. Yes, you can look at other coaches for inspiration, but you need to find your voice and you need to be authentic. Don't be a copy, be an original. And most importantly, be consistent. You need to show up every day and you need to make this a non-negotiable. So imagine you owned a brick and mortar store, right? Maybe you made sandwiches and one day people came and they got amazing sandwiches. And then the next day they came back and you were closed. The lights were off. There were no sandwiches. And people are like, is this store open? Like, what's the deal? They were open one day, but they weren't open the next day. And then they come back the following day and you're there making sandwiches. So you have to be consistent, right? People aren't going to keep following you if they don't know you have the grit and the determination and the resilience that it takes to be a business owner. So this is your storefront. You need to make sure that you're posting and showing up every day, that your lights are on. And then try to be consistent. At the beginning, you're going to try to find your brand, but eventually your goal is to find like the one filter you use on all your photos, the select colors that you use when you make an image. But right now it's just about getting out there and being you and being consistent. Now, building your network. You have to be expanding your network. So the best way to do this is by daily deposits. This is commenting on 5 people's photos a day, giving what you would like to receive. And these are genuine comments. So, oh my gosh, your baby is adorable. How old is he? Or I love that shirt. Where did you get it from? Or just a comment without a question. But commenting on 5 people's photos a day, because they are then going to start watching you. Nobody ever pays attention to who likes their photos, but people always remember who comments on them. And then that will also boost your affinity with them in Facebook. So Facebook has an algorithm where only 3 to 10% of your friends actually see your posts. So you may go and you may look in your friends list and see someone and say, oh my gosh, Sally, I haven't seen any of her posts. I didn't even know she was still on Facebook. And if you look at her page, you'll see she's been posting. She just posted something an hour ago, but I don't see it. That's because you two don't interact. So Facebook doesn't show you her pictures and vice versa. So if you start commenting on Sally's photos, then your photos are going to show up in her newsfeed, and that's going to get you more exposure. So daily deposits are about building relationships, but also increasing your exposure. And then you need to be adding 5 friends per day. You have to be expanding your network. So how do you do this? Go to Facebook and go to the suggested friends icon, your little friends icon, and go to suggested friends. Start there. Go to your friends. So for example, I'll go to Sally's page and I'll look at her friends list because I know that there are people on there that I somehow know and maybe I've met, I've seen, I'm acquainted to, but we're not friends on Facebook. I'm going to send them friend requests. Interest groups are a great way to find friends. So go into, if you're a mom, right? a nursing moms group, or moms of preschool group, or attachment parenting groups, or maybe you're not a mom, go to any interest that you have. Like if you're interested in running, there are groups out there for running. If you were in a sorority in college, join that sorority alumni page. So you can't go into these groups and blast them on Shakeology, but you can go in there and find friends. So when somebody asks a question or makes a post in that group, jump in, respond to them, answer their question, comment on their photo, and then send them a friend request. Look at who else is commenting in that thread. Send them friend requests, respond to their comments. You could also start a thread by asking a question and seeing who answers your question, and friend request everybody who responds to your question in that thread, so that when they get the friend request, they're not just like, oh, who is this stranger? They're like, oh yeah, I just talked to her in such and such a group. So interest groups are a great way to find targeted people who you really want to be connected with. And then once you connect with people, I really recommend messaging them, commenting on their photos, liking their photos. But it's a great kind of tool if you just say you friend request somebody you went to high school with. Once they accept your friend request, message them and say, hey, Sally, it's been years since we connected. I haven't seen you since high school. What have you been up to? How are you? Right? Or, hey, Joe, I only work with women, so let me focus. And that's something you can choose. Do you want to work with anyone and everyone, or do you just want to work with one particular group? So I try to only work with women. So you can say, hey, Sarah, it's been years since we've connected. Your son is so adorable. How old is he now? Right? So I always recommend, once they accept that friend request, sending them a message to just start the conversation. You're not saying, hey, did you know I'm a Beachbody coach? Do you want to buy something? No, you're just starting a relationship and starting a conversation. So you have to be constantly expanding your network. If you are on Instagram, you're going to do this through hashtags. So you're going to type in a specific hashtag, look at the people who use that hashtag, go to their profiles, like a few of their photos, comment on a few of their photos, and then follow them, and then send them a private message and say, hey, it's great to connect with you. You know, our kids are the same age. It looks like our kids are the same age. How old is yours? Something along those lines. Just start finding people. And then a lot of people, right, a lot of my new coaches, they start doing these things. They make their coming out post. They start posting on social media. And then they're like, well, what do I do? What do I say? I have people messaging me. I have people commenting. And how do I talk to them? You have to be you. We have scripts, we have examples that you can use, excuse me, but at the end of the day, it's about being authentic. So if somebody asks you, hey, what company are you working with? Say, I'm working with Beachbody because I love their products, or whatever your answer is. So if somebody asks you, okay, yeah, I would like to make some healthy lifestyle changes. I need to lose weight. Like, can you give me more info? Don't freak out. I know you're going to freak out, but here's what I recommend doing. Asking questions. Great. I'd love to give you more info. Tell me a little bit about your goals. Do you want to lose weight, tone up, eat better, gain energy, improve your self-confidence? Tell me, what kinds of exercises do you like? Do you like cardio, kickboxing, strength training, dance, yoga, Pilates? What's working for you? What's not working for you? So ask questions, and don't ask them all in one message. Ask them one, wait for the response. Then say, validate the response, and ask another one. You want to continue to just drive the conversation. So what I typically do is, when people say that, I'll say, tell me about your goals. When they tell me about their goals, I then say, great, I know that we can, get you to these goals. What types of exercises do you like? And then once they tell me what types of exercises they like, I say, okay, here are my recommendations. I give them recommendations, and I find the videos in the Coach Online office and tell them, these videos are super cheesy, but take a look at these programs. These are what I recommend. Which one do you like? After they tell me which one they like, I say, how's your nutrition? And then when they tell me, oh, I eat terribly, I don't know what I'm doing, I say, have you heard of Shakeology? And then they'll say like a little or no or whatever. And then I will give them my little excerpt on Shakeology, what it has done for me, my testimony. And then I'll say, are you in, right? And I'll tell them about our challenge groups. And I say, we run these monthly groups that everybody commits to a workout program in Shakeology, and there's daily motivation and inspiration and accountability. Are you in? And when they say yes, then I send them the link to sign up and order. And if they have an objection, I address that objection. And you will get objections, but it's about taking their objection and looping back to their original goals, which is why it's so important for you to ask their goals up front, because then you can say, I know it's an investment, but if you want to lose those 30 pounds, I promise you this is worth it. And this is what I have experienced. And we're going to teach you how to deal with objections using a feel, felt, found method that works every time. But for now, initially, before you get to all of that good content and all of that good training, I just want you to be calm, to ask questions, to don't word vomit, to be more interested than interesting, right? To breadcrumb those questions and conversation. Don't send them like a whole dissertation on Shakeology. And again, if you have crickets, if they initially say they're interested and you give them some information and then they drop off, they don't respond, follow up with them after a few days and go to their page. Start commenting on some of their photos so that you pop back into their mind and they remember, oh yeah, I need to message her back. And lastly, trust the process. There are crickets. That's going to happen. That's inevitable and happens to me every single day. So don't feel like it's something you said, something you did. That just happens. People forget, they lose interest. It's not the right time. But if you follow up with them every month, when they're ready, they're going to come to you. So when it comes to conversations, be authentic, be you. Just start asking them what their goals are, telling them that what we have to offer. Use your own words and just lead with heart, and it will all happen. So direct links. There is an activity in this module for you to generate your direct links. I need you to generate these and save these. The worst thing ever is when I have a coach tell me, where do I get my links? Like, you have to have these. As a business owner, this is everything. It's so important. So when people want to order something as a customer, say they want to order the All Access Challenge Pack and they want to get into our challenge group, you're going to send them 2 links. The first link is to create a free account. The second link is to that specific challenge pack. Never just send them to the website and say order, because they will inevitably order the wrong thing. So you're going to generate those specific links for you, for your websites. And if they want to be a coach, if somebody wants to be a discount coach or a business builder and buy something when they sign up as a coach, there's just one link. So you can skip that free account link and just send them the one link to become a coach. And in the flow, they will select their challenge pack or Shakeology or whatever it is they are buying. Okay, so let's talk about inviting. Number 1, you have to develop a business owner mindset. You are now a CEO. And what kills me about this business is most of us start for free, right? We bought a challenge pack and got our fee waived or reimbursed. So we kind of don't feel like we invested that much in it, and we treat it like a free business or a $40 business. And that's why a lot of people don't have success. But if you had opened, say, a restaurant and invested hundreds of thousands of dollars, you would be just slaying it daily, trying to get everyone and anyone into your doors, into your business, telling everyone. You would work tirelessly until you earned back that investment and made money. So if you treat this business like $1 million business, that's what it's going to be. But if you treat it like a free business or a $40 business or just a hobby, that's what it's going to give you. So you have to have a business owner's mindset. You have to put in the work and the time. And this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. You're not going to be making 6 figures in a few months. You have to remember that. And I always like to think of the analogy of college, right? You spend 4 years going to college and getting a degree, and then you get a job and you start out at entry level and you still have a lot to learn. But when people start this, they expect results and tons of money right off the bat. And that's not the case. So you have to treat this again like college. You have to put in the training, you have to put in the time, you have to trust the process, and then you can get that 7-figure income, okay? Your first goal is to earn back your initial investment. And in order to do that, you need to get 3 clients on the All Access, On Demand, and Shakeology Challenge Packs. You need to be leading with that at all times. And you need to be inviting publicly and privately. So what does publicly mean? So there's a book out there called Jab, 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 Right Hook. And he nails it. So what you want to be doing is sprinkling in these jabs all week long about your workouts, about Shakeology, about what the group is doing for you, about the small changes and transformations you're noticing. And then your hook, your right hook is, I have a challenge group starting. Do you want to join me? Do you want your own transformation? Do you want to improve your nutrition? Do you want abs or whatever it is? So throughout the week, you have to be consistently talking about what you are doing, being a proof of the product, sharing, posting, and then inviting publicly. So call to actions are critical. Now, what I do is a little bit more like right hook. So every day I post about my workout. I record a short little video on my workout, but you could just do a sweaty selfie or show a picture of you during your workout. And I talk about something that went through my mind or some struggle that I had during that workout. And at the end of every one of those posts, I have a call to action. I say, I have a new group starting. Message me or comment below if you're interested in joining. Or I have a new group starting next week and I have 2 spots left. Message me or comment below if you want in. And each day I try to focus on something different. And this goes back to adding value and not just clutter. So one day I'll talk about how my thighs have always been my trouble spot, but this program really, really slims down my thighs. And then at the bottom, I'll say, if you struggle with your thighs and would like to slim them down, I invite you to join my new group and try this program with me. Message me for more info. Then the next day I talk about, hey, look, I have these new abs. I've never had any ab definition in my life, but just doing these 30-minute workouts at home, I've got an ab definition. And at the bottom of that post, I'll say, if you would like your mom abs, then please reach out to me. I have a new group starting and I have a few spots left for other moms who want to tone their tummies. So I make those call to action posts every day. So if you're comfortable with doing that, do it. If not, I would say at least 3 call to action posts a week. And then also make legit advertisements. And I don't want these to be cheesy or salesy. This is simply take a picture of yourself, a selfie, and then in the text of your post, say, new challenge group starting. Here's what you get. 30-minute at-home workouts, easy to follow meal plan, 30 days of Shakeology, a private group that offers motivation, support, and accountability, and access to me and other people on the journey. Comment below or message me if you want more info. So making those advertisements is really critical as well. Remember, this is a business. Think about how many times Nike is putting out advertisements for what they are offering. You have something to offer. And for some people, it may be exactly what they need. So don't hold back. And remember that these are planting seeds. So you are sprinkling in these seeds, and people may not jump at the opportunity right away. They may not see your post and say, yes, I'm ready to order right now. But down the road, when they're ready, if they've seen your posts, they've seen enough of your seeds, then they're going to jump at it. So you're planting seeds, and along the way, you're watering, and then eventually you're going to be able to reap your harvest. But you can't just do it publicly. You have to be doing things on the back end privately. So inviting is one of the 4 vital behaviors. So I recommend starting 5 new conversations a day. And so if you are adding 5 friends to your network and messaging them right after they accept your friend request, that can count as your 5 new conversations. But or you could do that or this or both if you're serious, depends on how fast you want to grow. So if you're just like, oh, I just want to, dip my toe in the water, then just 5 a day is fine. But if you're like, you know what, I want to be a 6-figure earner, then you will add 5 friends and message all 5 of those people. And then you also do this new approach. So when people comment on your photos or they like your photos, reach out to them. So say you post a workout photo one day and it gets 25 likes. Go through those likes and message 5 of those people and say, thanks so much for the love on my photo. Your support means so much to me right now. Are you on a journey yourself? And what that's going to do is they're either going to say, no, and I need to be, and then that's a perfect opportunity for you to say, oh my gosh, great. Like, I would love to help you. Tell me about your goals, and then go through that flow that I just mentioned. Or they're going to say, yeah, I go to the gym. And you can say, oh, great. You know, what do you do there? How's your nutrition? And then start talking to them about Shakeology. But again, you don't want to lead. So if somebody comments on your photo, you don't want to immediately respond and say, hey, thanks for liking my photo. Do you want to do a Beachbody workout? Or do you want to join my challenge group? Because that is going to come off as salesy and offensive. So never lead with that. Always just start by saying, thanks so much. I appreciate it. Are you on a journey? Or, you know, something along those lines. So start 5 new conversations a day. That is critical. So 5 new conversations. You can find these people through your new friend requests or the people who are liking and commenting on your photos. This is critical. Do not skip this step. So what I recommend doing is creating a list of 100 people that you would love to work with, whether as, you know, in a challenge group or as a coach, one who would eventually join your team. Highlight 30 names, and those are the 30 you're going to begin reaching out to. So maybe you're posting and you're not getting a lot of likes on your photos because your network is still small, and that's totally fine. So this is when you're going to tap into this list of 100, and you're going to start messaging people and saying, hey, so-and-so, it's been so long since we connected, you know, how are you doing? Or I just saw a picture of your baby. I can't believe it. How old is he now? So you're going to start without bringing up Beachbody. And then you're going to invite them and say, hey, you know, after the conversation has progressed a while, you'll say, I have this new group starting. It's so fun. It's all women. We all get to work out together and check in and share our selfies. And I'm just looking for some friends to join me. Would you be interested in learning more? So you're not kind of like saying, hey, you need to lose weight. You're saying, I have this great group and it's a lot of fun and I consider you to be a friend and I'm looking for more people in positive lights to join us, and you have that personality and I would love for you to do it. So when you lead with that heart and you make it sound what it is, it's fun and it's a community and there's support and you would love for them to do it with you, then it's so easy. So think of your friends, think of your family. Who do you want to hang out with virtually each day? Ask them to join you. And again, you're not annoying or harassing them. So think back to that business owner mindset. If you opened a restaurant, you would be telling everyone and their mother to get into your restaurant, to try your food, to try your service. But when it comes to this, a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to bother my family or harass them. They're the ones who want to support you and who will support you. So reach out to your friends, reach out to your family and say, hey, you know, my team has this new group starting and it's going to be a lot of fun. Would you like to join us? And if so, I can give you more info. And that's when you say, great, like what are your, you know, do you have any health and fitness goals right now? What are they? And then that's when you lead them through that flow, that conversation flow. So I want you to begin reaching out to people. If you are serious about this business, you will start those conversations and inviting people to our next challenge group right away. So if you do not know when the next challenge group is, you need to talk to your upline coach and say, hey, when's the next challenge group that I can invite people to? If you are Ashley's personally sponsored coach, go to our team page, the Good Vibe Tribe, look at the pinned post at the top of the page. There's a calendar there, and it will show you when the challenge groups are starting and what their titles and themes are so that you can begin inviting to those groups right away. This is how you're going to earn your investment back. So if you're serious about generating an income, you're going to start talking to people and asking them if they want to join a challenge group. And I want you to know that this is a game of numbers. For every 10 people you talk to, only 1 is going to buy. So if your goal is to get 3 people to buy something, you have to talk to at least 30 people in order to get 3 people to buy something. And I know that may sound intimidating, but if you are just genuinely reaching out to people and building relationships, then it's not that hard. Don't think of it as salesy. Think of it as just talking to people, and the conversation will just naturally evolve. They will probably bring it up first. I see you're a coach. I see you have these groups running before you even bring it up. And then inviting to the coaching opportunity. So this goes along with going emerald. So you don't have to wait until you've been a coach for a few months to start talking about what coaching has done for you. Publicly make posts that you are a coach and all of the little things that you're noticing since you started coaching. So think of the physical benefits. Are you noticing changes already from this workout program? Are you actually staying committed and accountable because you know you're a part of this group and you're a coach and you have to do it because people are watching you? For me, that was it. So I always tell people I wouldn't have lost the weight if I wasn't a coach. What are the emotional benefits? How is the personal development really impacting you? Are you finding that you have more confidence since becoming a coach? Do you like the women that you're connected to, the friendships that you're making? And then the financial benefits. So even if you only make $30 in your first week as a coach, that is huge. And to somebody who's struggling, that could be life-changing. So every dollar matters. Don't wait until you can say, oh, I quit my job to start talking about the financial benefits. You don't want to use numbers. You don't want to say, I made $315 this week, right? Always try to put it into terms that people can relate to. I earned enough to pay my groceries this week. I earned enough to pay my electric bill this week. Those are what really resonate with people. And if you do include something like that that's very specific, that's saying like, I earned enough to pay off all my student loans, then you have to use the income disclaimer. And you can simply just Google Beachbody income disclaimer and include that at the bottom of your post. If you're talking about something specific like that, like I earned enough to pay off all my debt, then you need the income disclaimer. And then there's the discount option. So those posts that I was just talking about, the physical, emotional, financial, that's to attract people who want to work the business as a coach. But you could always lead with the discount option for customers. So if somebody tells you they have 30 pounds to lose, they're obviously not going to lose that in 1 month. So they're going to be on Shakeology for a while. So you can say to them, we have a discount option so that in your second month and thereafter, you will get a 25% discount on Shakeology. So a lot of people love that, right? They're going to save, depending on what state they are in, and this is a US number. If you're in Canada, it's different, about $16 a month on Shakeology. So $16 in 1 month may not seem like a lot, but compounded over time, that adds up. So I always tell people, if you're going to buy this, why not save? Why not use the coupon, right? So in order to get the discount, they sign up as a coach, but they're just simply a discount coach. They don't actively work the business. Some people call it the preferred membership option. So they use the link to sign up as a coach, they make their order, and then their sign-up fee is waived because they're purchasing a challenge pack. And then thereafter, they get a 25% discount. They still pay the $15.95 a month coaching fee. So that's important to note. However, they still save $16 with that fee in addition. So even though they're paying a fee, they're still saving money on top of it, $16. And so for families, some families will buy multiple bags of Shakeology a month. That's when they need to be signed up for the discount option, right? They have to be, it just makes sense. So you can always lead with that. If people tell you they have a lot of weight to lose, you can say, hey, are you interested in signing up for the discount option? And if you need more help with that, then talk to your direct upline and we can walk you through that. But discount coaches do benefit you and your organization. Okay, personal development. We're getting to the end here, so stay with me. The National Wake Up Call happens every Monday morning. You will get an email on Sunday with the details, who is speaking. It's always at the same time and the same number, and that will all come to you through email. But if you can't call in live, there's a playback number, and you can also listen to it through your podcast app, and that's what I use. So go to your phone. If you have an iPhone, look for the podcast app. If you have an Android, I think you have to download a podcast app. But once you get into the podcast app, search for Team Beachbody Coach. Subscribe to that podcast, Team Beachbody Coach. And then you can click on feed and you can look at all of the National Wake Up Calls that have happened over the past few years. So every Monday they bring a top coach on to give their tips and tricks for rocking this business. And I have learned almost everything I know through National Wake Up Calls. So you definitely want to listen to those. I always say pair a mindless activity with a mindful one. So if you are driving, you better be listening to some sort of personal development. Folding laundry, doing dishes, those are all opportunities for you to be listening to calls, videos, all different types of books and trainings. So the second thing you need to be doing is The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. That is a book. You can either download the audiobook or you can go to the local library and check it out or order it off Amazon. But The Compound Effect was a game changer for me. And now we require all new coaches to read The Compound Effect in their first month, because that is really going to set the tone and pace for your business. And I want you to realize the incredible power of the compound effect. YouTube. As I said, anything you could ever want to learn is on YouTube. So whenever I am just have some downtime and don't want to listen to one of my books, or maybe I'm trying to, again, grow my Instagram, I go on YouTube and I look, how to grow Instagram, Beachbody, and I listen to a quick call there. So everything you need to know is on YouTube. Audible is amazing. So if you have an Amazon Prime account, Audible is worth it. So Audible, I think it's like $14 a month. But if you have an Amazon Prime account, you get a free book each month. So it pays for itself. And so I download Audible books. And again, I listen to them while I'm doing my workout, while I'm driving, while I'm doing dishes. I have an audiobook playing almost all the time. And my daughter, she's 1 and she's listening to it. And I always laugh and tell people she's going to go to kindergarten and be able to recite the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. And I'm fine with that. So always have something, available to you if you don't have time to actually sit down and read a book. Listen. And then also there are tons of other podcasts that you can tune into. But again, don't skip this task. Don't think you're above it, because you're not. This is going to give you, again, the confidence and the motivation to keep going. So as a reminder, your goals for this first month as a business builder, or just even if you're a hobby coach, if you want to make any sort of income, you will hit Success Club, a minimum of 5 points, or ideally 10 or more. You will go Emerald. You will get 2 coaches, whether they're discount coaches or hobby coaches or business builders. It doesn't matter, but you will go Emerald. You will finish the compound effect and you will start a workout program. So I want you to remember the power of 5. 5 new conversations a day, 5 new friends a day, 5 daily deposits, which are comments on other people's photos, and then 5 posts a day ideally. And this really, I rarely post 5 times a day. I aim for 3. But if you are just, I put 5 so that it's easy to remember, but aim for at least 3, 3 times a day. Again, this is attraction marketing. You want to get people out. You want to get your posts out there. So the power of 5. If you do these things, 5 of these a day, you will be successful. And so I have some final tips for you. Number 1, don't skip team calls or the national wake up calls. So again, check out the team calendar and our team page for the team calls. If you don't go to team calls, you're going to feel disconnected. You're going to feel like you're not part of the community. You don't know what's going on. And that's where a lot of the good training takes place. So lean in, be in those calls. And don't miss the national wake-up calls, whether you call in live or listen to the podcast or the recording afterwards. But don't miss those. Be here in a year, right? If you give up after 3 weeks or 3 months, can you honestly say that you gave it your all, that this wasn't for you, that you did your best, but it didn't work out? No. It takes a year. It takes a year of showing up for the magic to really happen. You're going to have success before a year, but at a year, it's when it's all going to pay off and it's just going to click. So I want you to be here in a year. If you give up on this before a year, it's sad. And, I understand that this isn't for everyone, but people who give up before a year, they haven't given it enough time to really determine if it is for them, if they are cut out for it. So be here in a year. Be resourceful. Don't skip your PD. Hit Success Club no matter what. Reach Emerald as soon as possible. And most importantly, be you. This is your coaching journey. This is your story, and this is your business. So don't try to copy anyone else, and don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 11. So maybe there's another new coach in your cohort, and they are a personal trainer, and they have a blog, and they have a following, and on day 1, they have 20 Success Club points, and you're like, oh my gosh, I have 0. You can't compare where you are to where someone else is. They have been putting in the work long before they signed up as a coach. You can't compare my Success Club points with your Success Club points because I've been doing this longer than you. So you have to start where you are and be okay with that. Understand that we all started with zero. We all started with no customers, with no real social media experience. And we all built this from the ground up. So I was where you are, and I was scared, and I was nervous, and I was filled with fear, and I worried about what other people thought of me. But eventually I said, F it. Like, this is my future. Other people's opinions don't pay my bills. I have these goals and I have these dreams, and I'm going to make them work. And I did it. So I was consistent. I did everything that I just shared with you in this video, and I did it every single day. I never took a day off from doing those things. And that allowed me to quit my job and to be at home with my baby and to, I'm on the path of financial freedom. So if you want those things, you'll do what I'm teaching you to do here. The people who are successful are going to take this information and they're going to execute. They're going to start right now. And the people who aren't successful are going to be too filled and worried and too filled with fear and caught up in their own ego, thinking, oh, I'm bothering people, I'm annoying people. People don't care that much about you. I'm going to tell you that right now. So get over your ego, get over yourself, put yourself out there and start letting your light shine, because you are going to help people. You are offering something to people and they need it. So put yourself out there. Be consistent, do the vital behaviors, and follow what I've taught you, and you will reach your goals. So if you need anything, let us know. You can watch this recording as many times as you want, but you will learn more about every single thing that I've talked about as you progress through this training. So get out there and do it.